This week on the Full-Time Flippers Reselling Podcast.
I don't know if I want to be the queen of the no-lows.
Good point.
It's an honorary title today, then. Hi, I'm Chad the Quirky Picker. I'm a full-time reseller from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Hi everyone, I'm Denis, the Free King Flipper. I'm a full-time reseller from Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
I'm an everything seller, but I love to sell all kinds of electronics and anything unique and vintage.
I'm an everything seller as well, but I really enjoy finding and flipping our vintage toys, Sony Walkmans, vintage electronics.
Join us each week as we discuss life as a full-time reseller. We will share our experiences, both the good and the not so good.
Learn from our expertise and our mistakes.
From sourcing to listing to shipping,
Customer interactions, we will cover it all.
this is the Full-Time Flippers
Reselling Podcast.
Welcome to the Full-Time Flippers Reselling Podcast, episode 26. I am Chad the Quirky Picker, and I'm here with my co-host.
Denis, the Free King Flipper.
Hey, Denis. How was your reselling week?
Rebounded. I think I talked last week how my week was kind of bad. I wouldn't say bad. It was slow. And this week started off awesome and has just continued to be great. So, I always like rebounding, and it just goes to show you didn't do anything differently. You're listing the same stuff, the same amount, keeping it active, and it just changes from day to day, week to week, month to month. So
Yeah. I was going to ask you if you did anything different.
Not really. Same old stuff, listing the same old stuff, same time of day, same amount. The only huge difference in my life was we brought home an 8-week-old puppy on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
Nice. What kind of dog?
Holy cow. If I wanted another child, I would have had another child. It's like an infant. It's like having another infant. It is crazy. It's an 8-week-old female miniature dachshund.
Awesome. You going to dress it up in clothes?
Probably. It's going to be the shop pup, and she'll probably sleep right over here.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so it's fun. I'll put her picture on Instagram if you guys want to see her.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to see her on the show. All right. I guess my week was good. I haven't really kept track of my week other than I tried to list as much as I could this week, and my sales were typical. They're still a little bit down from where I need them to be. But as I announced last week, I'm going part-time. So this will come out on Monday, Labor Day. So starting tomorrow, I'll go back full-time to my old job. And then I won't have to depend on this roller coaster of eBay quite so much. So,
and I was saying earlier off air, sadly, that video is doing very well.
People love
you guys like. I don't get it. Or they're curious. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're clicking on that." But,
yeah, I mean, I've had nothing but positive support from people, so that's encouraging. And I'm totally fine with who I am. I did say I made a failure comment last week, but I was just saying failed in the part of not being able to continue as a full-time reseller. Not like I don't feel like a failure in life or anything like that. I mean, I wasn't planning on going back to my job full-time at that moment, but when my old job came available, I'm like, I better jump on it now, because if someone else takes it, then it might not be available for years. Who knows? So I just thought I would take it while I could. Yeah. So a little bit earlier than I wanted to. I wanted to kind of wait till January. First up is viewer mail. Each one of us shares at least one viewer comment from the last week. Do you have a viewer comment you want to share?
Yeah, we got a lot of comments, which is great. This one comes from Davy Boy Flips. Davy Boy, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. And he says he would love a sticker. And also, for you, he said, I would not be able to support me and my wife if it was just me full time and her not working. I think we're all in agreement there. Chad has made a family decision. So best of luck to Chad in the job, and Davey Boy, I got a sticker for you. If you guys want to comment, we got a whole bunch. We can send them out to you guys. And we, again, thank you for supporting the channel.
Yeah. The easiest way maybe to send us your address might be through our email, which you'll see scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And it's also in all the show notes as well. So yeah, drop us an email and we'll get you a sticker. I guess Instagram might work too. If you can message one of us in Instagram, that would work as well. But all right. Well, my comment, viewer mail, comes from Joshua Boyd. And I actually know Josh Boyd. He's a friend of mine. I haven't seen him for a while, and Josh was talking about leaving packages outside. Last week, I shared that I mailed somebody a book and I didn't have it wrapped in poly bag, and the book got wet. So, and he said that UPS, FedEx, and USPS all leave packages on his, for me, wherever they are, but they all get rained on if they sit at his house. So he encourages sellers of anything that can be, if it can be damaged by rain, to definitely use waterproofing for your item. So that's not something I normally take into consideration because my packages never get left in the rain, but I guess that's not always true. They leave them on my front porch, but normally if it's raining, sometimes they'll bring around the back porch occasionally. We have a covered deck in the back of the house, but yeah, anyhow, he said Amazon does it too, that he's had new books, water damage from Amazon as well. But because you can easily return stuff to Amazon, I guess maybe Amazon doesn't care, but maybe Amazon should take a lesson from us and put it in a poly bag. Growing up, I think when the newspaper got delivered on a day that was rainy, they would stick it in a clear poly bag and then throw it on your front lawn. Moving on to BOLOs and NOLOs. One thing to be looking for and one thing that you would no longer buy again. Dennis, we have a special guest today. This person might be the queen of NOLOs. She may have been the first person online on social media to call something not to buy a NOLO. We have with us today Lori, the happy picker.
I don't know if I want to be the queen of the NOLOs.
Good point.
Yeah. Well, it's an honorary title today then.
Yes. No, thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been actually on eBay. My husband and I, the Grumpy Picker, have been selling on eBay since like 1998. We, like right after eBay got started, basically kind of piddled around with it. We got started with the Beanie Baby phase. But then, life and kids and everything else, it was just kind of a very minor side gig for a lot of years. But it was always something that we've enjoyed doing. And we like going to auctions, finding treasures. And so I homeschooled we have 4 kids, homeschooled all 4 of my kids. And as they got older and my youngest entered high school, I had a lot more time on my hands.
Yeah.
So I picked it back up and started doing it a lot more. And then when he got to like his senior year, I think I went basically full time. And then we decided we wanted to ramp this up even more so that he can quit his job and join me full time and we can do it together. So that's the goal right now. The end of next year, he's leaving that full-time gig. So
awesome. What does he sell and what do you sell? It's the same stuff, or do you guys do 2 different things?
We pretty much, we're drawn towards different things, but we pretty much just sell on one account. He does sell, he's been a baseball, football card collector for years. So his account has a lot of that kind of stuff on it, the little bit that he sells, because I can't answer those questions. I don't know those things.
Sure.
But otherwise, we're kind of an everything.
Yeah.
Definitely, we're everything sellers.
Yeah. You mentioned auctions. Is that your favorite place to source?
That is his favorite place to source.
Okay.
I do like it. We just don't do it a lot because it requires basically a full day commitment to go out and spend the day at the auction. But we do online auctions a little bit too. But garage sales are kind of where we really get the most of our stuff, I would say.
Where did you say you lived, or did you not?
I did not say, but we're in Kansas.
Kansas. Okay. So yard sale season starts when?
March and goes through October probably. So
Okay.
it's a pretty decent season.
Are there a lot of yard sales in your area?
There's always enough. There's usually enough. There's plenty of community-wide sales going on. And we've got the Highway 36 sale coming up in just a few weeks in September. And you know what? It's funny because as long as I've been reselling, it wasn't until I really started following people on YouTube and hearing about all these highway sales.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been to a highway sale before. I should check this out. And sure enough, we have one here and it's not that far. So we went last year for the first time and we killed it. It was great.
Awesome.
I say that. And now this year, I might be jinxing myself, but
Yeah.
hoping it's just as great.
I got to get to one of those.
Yeah. Dennis was saying that last week that he wants to go to one.
We don't have any. There's nothing like that here.
You're
And
in
all the
Cape Cod, is
I'm
that
in,
right?
like, way east in Massachusetts. Yeah, just keep going east. So my garage sale, yard sale, it's kind of the same as yours, like end of March, beginning of April, and then kind of Columbus Day, end of October, and then that's it. Then they wrap it all up and we're off to different sourcing ideas.
Yeah.
Do you sell primarily on eBay or do you cross list at all?
I used to be solely eBay, but I started dabbling in cross listing last year with like that free program Flip.
Mm-hmm.
And then it works. It's a little bit cumbersome, a little time consuming. So Vendu did a promotion at the end of the year last year where if you would post something about Vendu every single day of the month of January. I think it was January. They'd give you a whole year free.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So I decided to do it. I thought, trying it for a whole year for free, how can you beat that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now 50% of my sales are from other platforms.
Oh, wow.
eBay is still primary, number one, 50%, but the other 50% are from multiple platforms.
Who's number two? Macari?
No, actually, surprisingly, Etsy. And maybe that's because I like to pick up a lot of vintage things, and Etsy's a good platform for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Facebook Marketplace, people turn their nose up at Facebook Marketplace, but I sell on Facebook Marketplace a lot with shipping.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to ramp that up. For sure.
Yeah, I use it for local pickups, but I just their complete lack of customer service, it just scares me off. I won't do it.
I hear you, and that's what I usually hear from most people when I say I do it. I have not really had an issue, but the one time I did have an issue, I know, but the one time I did have an issue, it was hard to get any kind of answers. But I'm pretty careful. I mean, I try to be really careful about weighing and measuring and describing things. And honestly, I think, unfortunately, if there's a problem, it's going to end up being on the buyer more than the seller, probably.
Yeah.
Because they are so hard to communicate.
Have you had any returns on Facebook?
No, not one.
And do they pay? Does that go to PayPal or do you Venmo?
It does. It goes to PayPal. Yeah. As soon as it's delivered, it automatically, they don't have to approve it or anything, as far as I know.
Okay.
Wow.
Because I know eBay encourages returns, whatever
Right.
in some ways. So I've never returned something on Facebook, but I'm assuming just give them their money back in PayPal.
I don't even know the process, honestly, because it hasn't been an issue. So
All right. Okay. I heard a YouTuber talk. We were talking about yard sales earlier. Someone that kept track of how many yard sales have been in their area in the previous years said yard sales are down 50% this year.
Really?
Over last year in their area in California. And
Why do you think that is?
there were some theories, but as people pass away and children inherit the homes of their parents, they're not like in California. They said the home values are so high that they just want to get rid of everything and they'll take it all to Goodwill or Savers, the contents, and not because they don't want to deal with selling everything because the house is where the value is in California. So I don't know if this is true nationwide, if yard sales are down overall. Not in my area. I haven't noticed it really.
I haven't noticed it.
Yeah. I've noticed the quality of items like diminish in August. And I had a good week, maybe last week yard selling, but I haven't been finding as many of my bread and butter items this year as I have in the past years. So I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I mean, I've noticed the last couple of weekends, 4 or 5 yard sales, like that's it. And it used to, we'd go out at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning and do this whole thing and we wouldn't get back till after lunchtime. Now it's like 11 o'clock, we're done. So
I think it's the time of year. I mean, it's hot right now here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 100 degrees this week here.
oof.
Nobody wants to be doing garage sales when it's 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they'll pick
I
pick back up again as it cools off.
Yeah. September is usually where it starts picking back up.
Yeah.
October and then even a little bit into November.
I'm just thinking this last couple of weeks were like prime vacation weeks out my way. So
Yeah.
people just didn't have them. I don't know. I mean, you would think you would have them, but I don't know. We've just noticed, I do my Friday evening. I go and I look, all right, what's going on tomorrow? Boom, boom, boom. And I just write them all down.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
How do you find them? How do you find the garage sales?
I use Marketplace. And then you just search, yard sale, garage sale, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then they'll come up. Problem with that is most of the ones you're going to see are from like 3 months ago. And they're
They
still
don't
on
put
there.
the date on them. Yeah.
No,
They don't delete them and they don't put the date on them.
but I use Craigslist religiously because they have a map feature that you just show on map, you hit the button, and then it just populates them all. And it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know you could do that through Craigslist, but there's an app
Yeah.
that you can get that pulls it
Garage
from Craigslist.
sale, treasure
Yeah.
map.
Yeah.
Well, they
So
used to.
They
It's
ended
still-
their partnership with Craigslist. They won't.
Oh, they
Craigslist
did.
won't give them their,
Really?
Now-
I didn't know that.
So you're going to see very few of them. Right,
There's some individuals that will go out and look at Craigslist and add them manually
right.
to Treasure Map.
Hmm.
This is my understanding, but they don't. But it doesn't pull in all the details.
No.
It just tells you there's a yard sale and the address, but it doesn't.
I just wish people knew about the app because I feel like if people would post their sales on the app directly, that those of us that are looking for the sales, because it gives you the map and it makes life so much easier. Yeah.
And I use Craigslist to start with, but there's a local Facebook group in Lancaster, Pennsylvania that is only for advertising yard sales. So I'm going through it, and I know where all the development yard sales are over the years. I've kind of learned they're usually follow the same patterns, same weekends, that type of stuff. So that helps. And then we have an egg roll lady, and she sells egg rolls, and she sets up tent at the biggest development yard sales each weekend from like April to October. So you go to her page and she'll tell you where she's going to be. So you usually want to go there at some point.
That's handy.
Yeah, those are my 3 things. Okay, back to the bolos and nolos. Dennis, do you have a bolo for us?
Let me bring it up for you. I hope we didn't do this one already. For some reason, I think you might have done this, but in any case, I found a few of these over the weekend at a yard sale. My bolo is vintage sports pennants. I don't care if it's college football, NFL, basketball, anything. Some of these have some really good value from what I'm seeing. And I don't know. I've looked through definitely vintage ones. I don't think people are really looking for more common modern ones. But you're seeing $17, $20 for one of these. You will definitely find these at a yard sale. Probably not thrift stores too much, but they get some pretty rare ones. The older you get, like here's one from 1919. Like, come on, that's
Wow.
insane. $100.
Yeah.
Here is a rare Mississippi State felt pennant. I don't know why that's rare. Early logo. That's why the logo must have changed for $50.
Yeah.
Here's a whole bunch of one of these old mini ones, the mini pennants. The ones I'm finding are the full size. Like here's a really nice 70s Penguins one, $30. I actually have this pennant on my wall, this Celtics one, which I'm not going to sell for $27. But I found 6 of them at a yard sale, and she wanted $2 a piece, so I bought all 6. I will probably make 15 to 20 each on these, so I think that's a pretty good return. And
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, it's easy money. Shipping on these, don't roll them, don't fold them. I do 2 pieces of cardboard like a sandwich, and I tape the edges all the way around, and they probably weigh 8-9 ounces tops. So the weight won't be anything, but the dimensions might. So I'd probably use maybe Ground Advantage or UPS on these and send them out. So they will be in the eBay store soon. I haven't listed them yet.
I rarely see those.
Yeah, I don't find them very often. But
yeah, this is
I
probably
have
only the second or third time in a couple of years that I've found a stack of them where the guy didn't say, yeah, they're $20 each or they're $10 each. There's no money left in it for me, but $2 each.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I got an old Green Bay Packers one, a Penguins one, a Patriots one. There's a San Jose Sharks one, and I forget the other ones. And they're all from like the mid 90s, and it says Made in USA right on it. So pretty cool. Good find.
And now that we've talked about it, we'll find them. So,
Yes.
Hopefully.
You guys will definitely find them. What about your husband doesn't find stuff like that? I would think they would go hand in hand with like sports cards.
Oh yeah, he definitely has the eye for them. I just don't think we come across them hardly. We have sold them before, but it's not something we find very often for some reason.
Yeah, this was at a woman having this yard sale said she just cleaned out her son's room, and that's where these were. So I'm like,
interesting.
You got anything else? She had a couple of jerseys there, like sports jerseys, and the tank tops like the NBA ones. So I grabbed one of those. I put it on Instagram, but the sizes were bad. They were all small and medium. So
Yeah.
I like large, XL. Those 2 sizes for me sell well.
I wonder if the son was aware that mom was selling off his stuff.
Yes, he's been out of the house for a while, she said. And she's like, I finally got around to cleaning it out. And unfortunately, it was one of the last sales I went to. So there's probably some great stuff there. But you can't go to all the sales at the same time, which that frustrates me so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was a big Mickey Mantle fan, and he said he had 4 rookie cards, and my grandmother burned all of his baseball cards when he moved out.
Oh, no. That hurts.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, maybe my dad's embellishing a little. Maybe he only had, even if he had 1, but he said he had 4. Mickey Mantle was his favorite player. So. Sucks for our family. Sucks for my retirement.
I burnt all of those, but I saved all of these Beanie Babies for you.
Yes.
You are going to be all set. All set. Your inheritance.
Yes. All right, Lori, do you have a bolo that you want to share with us?
I do. I had to this last week of sales for me have been terrible. I don't know, just half of what my previous 2 weeks were. But I did sell something. This guy right in the middle, the octagon bubble convex.
Okay.
This guy right there, that's my listing.
Cool.
And I would share this because these metal frames, these vintage metal, gold, brass tone frames, I see them all the time, and usually you can pick them up for super cheap.
So is that what's valuable here, the frame?
Well, this one is the frame because the frame and because it's bubble glass. So it has the curved, concave glass. If you see, it's hard. You can't really see it, but but it's the curved glass.
Okay.
So but these metal frames, which you don't think are anything special, like I lot them up. Well, you can find the other ones. Let's see. Like here's a couple lots. These are just cheap gold metal frames.
Oh, wow.
And I pick them up for like 25 cents to 50 cents to a max of $1 for the 8x10s. Sometimes I'll pay $1. And then I put them all in a group and I sell them so those are both of my listings.
Okay. Those are both solds.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I took 55 on the first group and 75 on the second group. And I
so
probably
it needs to be gold and vintage, then any size.
And pretty much any size if you want to lot them up. Yeah. But like even like I was going to show you, like you can see some of the ones like this one in the middle that has the filigree kind of fancy. They'll sell just all by themselves for decent money. And a lot of people just overlook them.
Yeah. Right.
So,
Filigree. That's a new word for me. What does that just mean? Perforated? Or?
Yeah. Fancy. And yeah.
Have you heard that word, Dennis?
Ornate's a good word.
Right. Okay.
I've heard ornate, but not, was it filigree?
Filigree.
Yeah.
I've sold one of those cool curved glass paintings or pictures before. And that's what everybody wanted to know. Is the glass curved? That's like every question on eBay. So I finally put in there curved glass. And I don't think it even matters what the picture is.
Right.
I just want that look. It is pretty cool. Shipping, I was a little nervous.
Even small ones, little ones with bubble glass can sell well.
Yeah. Bubble glass. Okay. That's a good term to put in the title.
Go back to the other tab that has the bubble glass on it.
Well, it was that one, but you can't.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can't really tell from the photo. But convex glass. That's another term they use.
And people still buy these. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
So, I do a lot of frames. I pick up a lot of frames because people just don't know there's a market for them.
Yeah, who's buying them? I wonder.
I don't know. I think that like the lots that I do, I tend to think maybe people are using them for weddings or something.
That's it.
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure, but I always sell them within a few. I mean, they don't last long when I list them.
Yeah, I don't think someone's buying them to put pictures all over their house or something. It's definitely for like an event,
probably,
or something like that. Or you know how they put like the table number on the tables at a wedding? I could see them doing something like that with a little fancy frame.
So that $60 is a lot of money, I guess. But I guess your budget for your wedding's like $30,000. So maybe it's not a lot of money.
But this one's the special one. This one had the bubble glass. So,
All right. But I was not on the lookout for that, and I will be now for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Now you know.
My bolo is rechargeable batteries for drills, name brand stuff, not generics. I picked up a box of 9 batteries, DeWalt batteries. I paid $10 for the entire box, and there was other stuff in the box, saw blades and a whole bunch of DeWalt stuff, a drill, a saw, and the batteries and 2 chargers. So I'm like, I'm always a little scared to maybe sell a rechargeable battery just because how do you know if it works? And
exactly,
like some of these older, you get rid of the battery because it doesn't hold its charge. So what I did was I charged each battery up until the light was solid on the charger, which meant it was charged. And then I put tape over my drill so that my drill was on high. And then I plugged them into the drill, and then I timed it to see how long it would run before the drill would start dying down. And
wow.
And
that's a lot of work.
Well, I mean, if you want to sell them, I don't want to sell garbage that's going to get returned. So, and the drill would run for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure this is a good battery because it would be dead by now otherwise. Then I plugged the next battery in and then started charging another battery. So I kind of did that throughout my day.
No, at least you're testing them. I mean, I think that there are people out there that'll sell them. as tested, even though they're not really.
Yeah, they'll risk it.
Yeah.
I think on mine, I use all DeWalt stuff. The charger can actually like read the battery and give you like it's charging, it's charged, it won't charge, or it's like faulty or something.
Yep.
It's like little LED lights that'll show you the condition of the battery. That's what I'm looking for.
Right. It did that. It blinked certain patterns to let you know if the battery was bad. But I also wanted to know how long it would hold its charge, because some of the memory starts going down on them after a while, and they might. Yeah. So I sold all 7 of the 2 were bad and I threw them away. The other 7 were great, and I sold them all within 2 days for around for $19.70 each. Well, I took a couple offers, probably averaged about $18.50. I couldn't believe how fast they sold. And then a guy just messaged me today and said, "Hey, this battery's dead. It won't work at all. I can't charge it." And I'm like, "It's not." So I know he's lying.
No way.
Because there was still charge left in them when I sent them. So I said, "Hey, that battery should have a charge in it. If it's not working, check your connections. What charger are you using? Here's the model number I used." And he said he tried it twice and it didn't work, and he just wanted his money back. And I'm like, I said, "If it doesn't work, you're opening up a return."
This is your customer service issue.
Yeah. Then this should move this to customer service. So, but he said the third time he tried it and it worked. Suddenly it worked.
Oh, right.
As soon as he didn't want to return it.
Fishing. He's fishing.
Yeah. I said, "You got 30 days. If something goes wrong with it, you got 30 days to return it." And I left it at that. But I think now that he knows he's not getting.
Do they have serial numbers on them?
Yeah. But I did a multi-quantity, so I didn't take pictures of each serial number individually. I should get one of those invisible markers though, blacklight markers, and I should have done that. And thinking back, I'm gonna have to buy.
It'd be nice to just be able to trust people, though, wouldn't it?
Yep.
As soon as he said it didn't work, and you went through that crazy process of testing them, I'm like, he's trying to get it for free.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes when you put them on the charger, if they're not on it just right, maybe the connectors aren't touching. And that was the only thing I could think of. I try to give the person the benefit of the doubt, but he's like, "Hey, just give me my money back." And I'm like, okay.
There it is. That's the red flag right there.
Keyword.
And he said my 5-year-old bought it, and I didn't say it was okay.
Yeah. I only wanted to pay $16 for this. So, do you have a Nolo for us, Dennis?
Mine is it's kind of lame, but I used to pick this stuff up, and this has been sitting in the store for like 10 months, and you'll see it. I think it was on like a 50% off sale at like CVS or something like that. It is cheap makeup and perfume little kits like this, right? This is a Nicole Miller hand cream collection kit. Honestly, don't know why. I had a bunch of them, and I think it was like a 50% off type of thing, but so I think they have a shelf life, and they all have sort of a no one's using this brand or this scent anymore. So yeah, I'm not doing this again. I think I only paid like $2 for them. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be great. Flip them for like 15. Yeah, no, I don't even think I can get $5 for this. And this is my last one, and I should probably just end it and ship it off and donate. Expiration date. Oh no, it's still good. 7/7 of 2025. So I will leave it in the store, and we'll see if we can sell it. It's a Christmas themed one, I think.
Well, there you go. It's going to sell before the end of the year.
Oh yeah, it's got the big wreath on it there. So I'll give it one more holiday season, and then if it doesn't happen, then gone. So I will not be buying cheap cosmetic, perfume, lotion sets. I won't be doing that anymore.
You never know. You got some of that stuff. If you can get it cheap enough, I grab it just because you might find something in there that some of them can be big bucks. But
yes, there are some out there that people buy I guess it has to be a certain brand or a certain scent, and people buy them no matter what. But 100%.
Along the same lines of that product, I was at a yard sale this last Saturday, and a lady had a ton, I mean, like 30 to 40 of the Bath and Body Works lotions and creams and stuff. And she had $1 on all of them. And I was just looking at them. And this was early in the morning. Like, she probably would have sold them if she'd have waited. But she's like, you like those? And I'm like, well, a couple of these. I mean, I scanned a couple barcodes, and I'm like, man, this one's expensive. And there was sold comps. And so I'm like, these are decent sell-through rates. So she goes, I'll give you the whole box for $7. And I'm like,
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So I've got them all listed. I think the value of what I wrote it down at work, but almost $400.
Nice.
Realistically, what I think I'll get for it all for $7. So
Yeah.
and
I have had good luck with Bath and Body,
Mhm.
especially if it's a retired scent, or if they're not making them anymore, the price goes way high, and then just one little tiny thing's like $15. So if you can undercut that. Some of them are hard to find. Like I said, some of them are sold out, but that's a good find.
Yeah. And a lot of people buy that stuff for the holidays too. So
Yep.
that ought to start selling probably.
Yeah, that's a good $7. Is that what you said?
Yeah, for all of it. Yep. They're all 8-ounce tubes, never used.
Yeah. Any day.
Somehow
I'll do that.
Somehow
every
we
day.
got from Nolos back to Bolos.
Yeah, that always happens. We always try to turn a Nolo into a Bolo. So, Lori, do you have a Nolo for us?
Fortunately, I'm not having as many Nolos anymore, but
Nice.
this one, let me show you. This is not my listing, but this big green egg, new in the box chicken roaster. We bought one
Okay.
identical to it. June of 2023. New in the box, big green egg. I don't think we looked it up. We paid $1.50 for it at a garage sale and thought, that's a good brand,
Yeah.
right? It's
You
new
would
in the
think so.
box, right? So I did just finally take an offer for it on Mercari for $7.50 just to be done with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as you can see from the eBay comps, some of them do sell. I couldn't sell mine.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was just ready to be rid of it. So
Beer can sitting chicken roasters.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's a drunken chicken, right? That's
It's a what?
That's what we call them. We call them drunken chicken.
yes.
So you drink half the beer, and then you stick the whole chicken on the beer, and then you cook it that way, and like all the flavors come in it.
Evaporates into it. Yeah.
It looks like this one is a stand and a beer can holder. So the whole thing. Is it ceramic? What?
It is ceramic.
Yeah.
and it's the size of a beer can, that opening?
It should be, yeah. That's
Yeah.
where you stick that in there.
Yeah. I've never heard of this.
So, well, you don't need to know about it because it's not worth your time.
All right.
That's surprising though, because that name that's a very expensive brand.
Yep.
Huh.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Right.
So that was my Nolo.
Yeah. Well, my Nolo is along the lines of what Dennis shared. I picked up a bunch of Avon makeup one time at an estate sale. I made a whole bunch of money on it. It was sealed stuff. We're not talking clones here. We're talking creams and stuff. And in that box was I don't have it ready. Was this pillow? It's a hot or cold stress pillow.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it has like beads in it. What do you put it in the microwave or in the freezer? One or the other. I think that's how it works. And I listed it for about $10. Someone offered me $6.34. I took it, and when they got it, they said, "Yeah, there's no gel in it. It's all the gel's gone." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" I didn't know what it was supposed to look like. So I screwed that one up.
Oops.
So I said, "Here's all your money back, and you can throw it away."
Mm-hmm.
I went I'm like, before I listed it, I went and looked at a couple others on eBay just to see, because I'm like, it does seem like maybe it's missing something, but I couldn't tell clearly. And, I've never used one of these before, but
Probably evaporated.
maybe.
Yeah. That's
It
the
was-
problem with selling things we're not familiar with too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
when
tried
you
to
don't
do it.
know.
Yeah. I mean, I want to learn new areas, but it's got to be something worth my while. And I only listed it because it was in a box, and I'm like, I'm on a roll now. I might as well just take a couple pictures and figure out. I mean, there was solds out there, so it's not like it had low sell-through rate, but make sure you it's not broken or damaged or evaporated. Okay, so that's our bolos and nolos. Lori, do you want to join us? I have a new game that I'm debuting today. It's called Higher or Lower. And I will pitch you against Denis to see who knows what stuff is selling for on eBay currently. I have 5 items from my store that sold in the last week, and I'm going to show you the item, and I'm going to tell you a price, and you got to tell me if it sold for higher than that price or lower than that price. And we'll see.
All right.
Who knows her
Sounds
stuff.
fun.
All right. So the first item is this wood plane, antique wood plane. Have you seen these before? It's a
Similar.
wood.
Oh,
It's got a blade on it, and you shave.
Mhm.
You can shave like wood, if it's crooked or warped, and it'll straighten the wood out. It has some blades in it.
no
So-
brand name. You're not going to give us
There's no brand name
on
on it. There wasn't. I don't think there was
Ah.
a brand name on it. One of them was generic, so it wasn't handmade, but it's old enough that there was no name on it. So it's an antique, I think.
Okay.
Did I get more or less than $35 for this item?
Who goes first?
Lori, you can go first on this one.
I'm going first.
Yes, higher or lower than 35?
Well, this is interesting because guess what I listed this morning?
A plane?
I did list a plane this morning, and it wasn't just like that. But I'm going to say less
Less
just
than
because
35.
it's unbranded.
Okay.
But it is a different model than what I had. So it is an interesting.
These are always hit or miss for me. I've sold these in the past, and you picked like right at that sweet price point, like $35. I almost want to agree with you, Lori. Yeah, it's probably lower because it's not a well-known brand, but the way Chad plays is kind of tricky. So I'm gonna go higher.
Higher. All right. Let's see if this works. The actual price I sold it for was
Oh,
$49.70.
Good for
okay. So there
you.
must be
All right.
something about that style.
Yeah. Item number 2, Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works.
buttery flower body cream. Did I sell that for more or less than $22?
Ooh.
Does Dennis
you
go
can
first this
Size?
time?
Yeah.
8-ounce size, 22. You're probably getting like $15 for it. I'll go lower.
Lower. Okay.
It just has to be the right scent to be more, and I don't know that scent. So I'm going to go lower also.
Lower. All right. The actual sale price was $24.70.
Oh,
All right. So
yeah,
nobody got a
that's
point
good
there.
one.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Wow.
That was the
See,
first
I
sale
think-
I've had from that lot.
You said I don't know that scent. That should have been a key for us to say higher.
We haven't heard of it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, rare, often sought after.
Yeah. All right.
Out of
Item
print.
number 3 is a cookbook. It's a local cookbook. No, it's not. It's Boulder, Colorado. A church cookbook. Did that sell for more or less than $15? Who went first last time, Dennis? Or Lori? Dennis, you go first. More or less than $15? I think I can show you. Do you need to see pictures?
No,
Or,
I think Lori goes next.
oh, okay.
Well, I'm 0 for 2, so I'm not feeling real confident right now. But I'm going to say less.
Less? Okay. Dennis.
How much?
Dennis knows I like to sell cookbooks. Yep.
$15. Yeah. I'll agree. Less. I don't.
Less?
Oh man.
I said 15. The actual selling price was $21. So Dennis is still ahead 1-0.
That's interesting to me. 89, huh?
I like to sell cookbooks of churches and fire departments and
Yeah. No, I know that they can sell, but I was thinking that they'd be like 10 to 15-ish, usually a piece, but I guess I was wrong.
Okay. Next. Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt. I don't know if it was single stitched or not. Toronto Sky Dome. $15, more or less.
I never pick up Hard Rock stuff anymore. 15. I hate to say it, but I don't think you got 15 for it. I'll go lower.
Okay.
I'm with Dennis. If it was single stitch, maybe, but I'm thinking it's probably not. So I'm going to say lower.
All right. Actual sell price was $9.68.
Finally got one.
And it was not a single stitch. That one might be. Was it too easy? I should have said 10. All right.
Oh, 10 would have been tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to make it harder. That was a softball. All right. And last but not least, computer monitor, Gateway computer monitor. Did I sell this for more or less than $40? I don't know. I think it's
Am I up first?
14-inch, 15-inch.
I think it's my turn.
Okay.
All right.
This is an area I really don't know. $40 Gateway monitor, 14-inch.
It's an LCD, not a big wide CRT like the old.
And you said 40? Is that what you said?
$40. Yes.
Is it like a flat panel or does it go back?
Yep. No, it's a flat panel. The CRTs are the old ones that were like a television, like a big heavy. So
well, my reasoning on this one is going to be just that the first three were higher, the last one was lower. I'm going to go lower on this one because I really don't know.
Okay. All right, lower than $40. Okay, lower.
I'm going to go lower too because it's not a CRT and it's.
Oops. Okay.
Yeah.
Actual sale price was $27.
Oh, okay.
So Dennis wins 3-2.
Yep. Yeah.
Debut of higher or lower. I guess I need like a jingle or something.
Got me on that plane. I should have known that one. I just was looking at them this morning.
Yeah.
They are so all over the place though. Like if you search them, like $8, $150, and like anywhere in between. It's I don't know why. I don't know what makes one's like valuable and one not so much.
Scarcity sometimes. Name brand for monitors. Yeah. I just listed like 4 today. One was a big CRT that sells an off-brand On-Site, I think was the name of the brand, not like Sony, and they sell for around $99 plus shipping. And then one of the flat panels was only worth $19 plus shipping, and then one was $75 plus shipping, and so they're all over the place. I don't know why one's worth more than the other.
We don't care. We just want to sell them.
Right. As much. Right. I would not have bought the $19 one again, but it wasn't a lot. I was just grabbing everything computer related at an estate sale, and it was just in my pile. So I might as well get $20 out of it versus taking it to Goodwill.
Yeah.
Or throwing it away, one or the other.
For sure.
Because it's almost not worth it if it's going to get returned. At that point, I should have gave it away if it gets returned. All right. Well, Lori, thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And where can we find you online, social media stuff?
Mostly Instagram. That's where I spend most of my social media time. I do have a Facebook page. I don't like spend any time promoting it though. I do have a YouTube channel, but I haven't really done any videos this year. So the goal is to get back to that eventually, but priorities just haven't. I mean, I've needed to focus on growing our business right now. So,
And what are the kind of things you share on Instagram?
what do I share?
What you sold, or
Yeah, solds and things I'm finding, and no lows occasionally, and yeah.
okay. Well,
Lori, the queen of the no-lows. No, you don't let us.
we should get her a crown.
She coined the term no-low. Let's go that way.
Yeah.
She's not the queen of no-lows. I don't know if anybody wants to be the king or queen of no-lows.
Yeah. The grumpy
Great
picker
to meet
can be
you.
the king.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Moving on to home runs and strikeouts. A home run can be your best sale or purchase of the week, or your best opportunity that you had from the last week. And a strikeout can be your worst sale, or maybe a blunder that you had, or a missed opportunity from last week. So we're going to broaden it, strikeouts, to more than just a bad sale. It can be a missed opportunity as well, or something you screwed up on. So do you have a home run for us, Dennis?
Yeah, and it's almost like deja vu because it already sold. I talked about this last time, and this was my best find of the week. Was it last week?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
No, I think it was last week, wasn't it?
Yes. And in the top right corner, you can see my listing. Where is it? Right here. RGF, I think it's Ream Halo 24 volt induct air purifier home system. And this was an open box, and it sold for $300. I had it way high. I had it like at $359 or $300 something, and it's like, no, because I mean, you see them brand new sealed, or like $350 to $380. So I wasn't going to get the same price for an open box, but you know, he paid the shipping as well. It's going to Florida, and that's it, man. It's
you got 300. I wouldn't say you priced
$299, $299.99. I had it at $359, and I'm like, it just, you know, I wasn't getting the attention. And as soon as I dropped it down to $300, bam, I started getting people interested.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would have done the same thing. That sounds about right to me.
That was in the pre-pile, left over at a yard sale. I don't think they knew what it was. I don't think anybody knew what it was, but it looked expensive to me. So
my home run was a computer keyboard. Now this brought $74 for this keyboard. It's a Logitech, and a lot of people will just see a keyboard. I find them all the time, computer keyboards. And if it's like just a Dell that came with your standard generic Dell mass produced, those aren't worth anything. I would buy one of those just if I wanted to use one personally. I kind of like the feel of the keys on Dells. They stick up. But these Logitechs and the ones that are like aftermarket ones that you had to purchase separate from a computer. And this one is illuminated, has some lighting behind the keys. So it brought $74, which I only listed it a few days ago, maybe the end of last week, and it sold it over the weekend. So I'm happy with that, because I've sold some other keyboards for $50 to $100 too. So yeah.
Where did you find this one?
I think this was at a yard sale.
Okay.
Like the keyboard that I'm using at my house here is a Corsair. They make like computer parts,
gaming stuff.
And I wish I could show you this. Maybe I can show you this thing here. Yeah. I paid $10 for this at the yard sale. And if I sold this right now, this would easily bring me over $100. So yeah, this Corsair computer keyboard, if I sold this, I'm thinking about selling it actually, because I don't need a fancy keyboard necessarily. It's not necessarily me, but you can change the background colors from red to blue and some other things. And it's made out of metal. It's not plastic. So
nice.
Do you have a strikeout you want to share?
It's I don't even know. This is embarrassing is what this thing is. I picked up a whole bunch of these. They were free. Yeah. So that's the caveat. They were free. And I actually sold this for $3. There's my listing right in the middle. They are replacement dimmer knob switches.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a pack. I don't know. There was like 8 of them. And
It's just
they were
the
free.
knob. It's just a knob, not the electrical.
It's just
Yeah.
the knob. Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't feel as bad as I do now because I found, here it is, $3.90 with free shipping. This guy. So how did you do that?
Yeah.
It's 4 ounces. You lost money in this deal. You lost money right here.
Can you just put it in a bubble envelope and put stamps on it? I don't even know if you can do that, can you?
Yes, you're not going to get tracking.
Right. That's the only way I could possibly think of.
Oh, wait. Here's one right here. $3.18 with free shipping. So you probably lost like $1.75 or $1.80 on this deal right here.
And it had fast delivery. Look at that.
Mine was $3 with $5 shipping. So yeah, it's just little piddly items like that. You know what I should have done was sold them all in a lot, but who needs 8 dimmer switches? I don't know.
I want the electronics in a dimmer switch more than if I'm going to buy one.
Yep, absolutely. The switch itself can be expensive, but not the little plastic knob on it. So it's a strikeout for me because it's just a waste of time, complete waste of the envelope that I put it in, the poly mailer, and I wrapped it twice with bubble wrap and sent it out. So it's just a waste of resources.
Right. Goodwill it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm looking for a dimmer switch, or it's a timer. It's not a dimmer, but something on timer. And I want to put it on my bathroom fan because then you can crank it up to 15 minutes and then the fan shuts off. You don't have to worry about leaving the bathroom fan on all day. Sometimes you walk away and 2 hours later you came back. It's like, oh, this thing's still running. So I'm on the lookout for one of those and I haven't found one yet. My strikeout is this vintage Copeland Spode England teacup and saucer. I sold it for $11.48 for the set. I bought probably a set of 6 for $15 total, and it came with plates. And I've sold off all the plates already. And I had 4 cups and 4 saucers left, so I was just selling them for $10, whatever, just to get rid of them. And a lady bought it, and when she got it, she's like, you didn't tell me that this thing was heavily crazed. And I'm like, I didn't. Apparently that's important to put crazed in the title.
Yes. Yeah, I learned that as well.
I don't know how crazed it was because I just figured if somebody breaks one, they just want one to replace it. And you're not going to find these in mint condition. Probably every single one on eBay is crazed. Yeah. Or cracked and glued or something. So I told her I would give her all her money back. And I looked at my other 3 cups and they were all crazed. And I said, or I will send you my other 3 cups and saucers for free, your choice. And I said, each one of them has crazed, but then at least you'd have a set of 4. And she said, just reimburse me all my money. She didn't want the 3. So.
Wow.
So now I'm going to, And I told her to keep it. It's not worth sending it back to me.
Yeah, no. Wow.
So that was my strikeout. Well, that brings us to the end of another great podcast. Thanks, Lori, for joining us today. Dennis, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, just wanted to thank Lori again for coming on. It's great to just hear from other resellers and sort of, I don't know, it's just fun to see that, this job goes beyond the United States and beyond your little neck of the woods, and there's people doing this and finding cool stuff. And I just always love learning about what other people are doing and not doing and finding and how they're making it work. So again, Lori, thanks for having us. Guys, we have a bunch of stickers, Instagram, our email address, or you can reach out down below and shoot us a message. And as always, thank you for the support, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Goodbye, everyone.